Hey y'all, it's Jen from You So Much, and I'm back on my channel after like a really long time. I don't even want to talk about how much. Let's just get into it. I have a really exciting review for you all, especially if you have had any kind of a skin problem in the past. So here's the scoop for me personally. I had really bad rosacea. It was so bad that in fact, I had been going back to my doctor pretty much every 3 months, if not sooner than that, to get a new prescription to solve the problem with rosacea. Now, for a long time, I thought my rosacea was acne. It can look like acne. And basically, for those of you who don't know, rosacea is basically a condition where your skin kind of attacks itself. And it can look just kind of like a red rash, kind of almost like on your cheekbones, but it can also form into like little red pustules that look like acne, and they tend to be in the kind of this general area of where you might expect rosacea to be, which is on your cheeks, but also around your mouth and on your forehead. And so I actually was getting treated for acne and for what they also thought was maybe a little bit of eczema. And one day I was having a conversation with my doctor. He actually did a test. You can actually test the skin patterns of your rosacea to see if it actually is rosacea, because rosacea will actually take a different pattern in your skin than acne will. And so that's how they were able to confirm I had rosacea. So I was like so excited because I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I have and I know what to treat it with. And typically what they do treat it with when it's really bad is some antibiotics. The problem with me is I'm very sensitive to antibiotics. I'm allergic to penicillin, and I often get a rash from all kinds of antibiotics. One time I had this horrible like welts all over my body that was just terrible. And I just got to the point where I was like, I am just really tired of going back for antibiotics, and which is terrible for you anyway, right? Like, I'm sure you've heard a million stories of how bad it is to continually take rounds and rounds of different kinds of antibiotics. And I said, okay, this is it. I'm gonna like figure out, there's got to be something natural that I can use to help me with rosacea. So I started doing a lot of research online. And what I found was there is this cause of rosacea that they think is pretty common, and it's this microscopic mite that basically grows in your skin. And there was something about this article that just made me feel like this was the thing that was going to help me. And when I say this is the thing, I'm talking about tea tree oil. Now, tea tree oil is one of the things that those particular microscopic little mites that live in your skin, and it's a common thing. A lot of people have it in their skin, they don't know it, but it's just not a problem for them because either that it's not really that big of a deal, it's not rampant, or your skin isn't attacking itself like mine was. I'm not even 100% sure that's what I had, but what I am sure is that tea tree oil is what fixed it. So what happened was I read a bunch of research on this, which I will put in the links below for that research so you can look it up yourself and you can make an informed decision for yourself, because obviously I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you my personal experience. But it does talk about how one of the few things that will really help get rid of this mite is tea tree oil, because I don't like it. But beyond that, I'm sure you've heard that tea tree oil is really good for acne. Now, I've used it in the past just thinking that it was something that you put like as a spot touch on your skin, right? Like wash your face, do the thing, and then spot treat it with a little tea tree oil. What I didn't understand is that tea tree oil is really something that's more systematic. You really want to put it all over your face. And so everyone's skin is a little different, and it definitely has a strong smell that not everyone is a huge fan of. But you know, actually they say that if you don't like the smell, it's probably something that you need. What they recommend is that you mix it in with your lotion, and you mix it in with your cleanser. So when you pour your cleanser in your hand to wash your face, you just add a couple of drops of tea tree oil in it. And then the same thing with your lotion. And so I started doing this, and they actually suggest if you think you actually have this mite that they're talking about, that you should wash all of your sheets, you should replace your pillows, you should just basically, you know, and then also to wash your sheets in the tea tree oil. Like, that's how much these mites don't like them. And so if you can like pretty much eradicate them from all your stuff, it really helps. But going back to the tea tree oil real quick, the whole point is that tea tree oil is a natural antibiotic, and it's also a natural anti-inflammatory. So, and it's like way cheaper than like half of the drugs I was taking. And I can tell you, since I started using tea tree oil regularly, like on the regular, in my cleanser, in my lotion, and then I actually mix it with a serum that I have that I put on my face as well, I have had almost zero breakouts. And in fact, what's really funny is I've been planning to do this video this week, and I last week got a little blemish on my skin for the first time, and like literally I was thinking about it. It's been about 9 months since I've had, probably since I started doing YouTube videos. And so anyway, the point is it's amazing. It really works that well. So tea tree oil is going to help you whether you have rosacea or acne or some other thing, including probably eczema. So eczema was the other thing that I was having a lot of. But when I started using the tea tree oil, like it's gone. It's completely gone. And I have no idea if it was related to the rosacea and not eczema, or if it's just because there's this natural anti-inflammatory and my face is not as inflamed as it used to be. A couple of brands will also make a tea tree oil like cleanser and toner and that kind of stuff. One of the most popular ones is the Body Shop. They make, this is their toner, and they also make a cleanser that has tea tree oil in it. You don't need to buy this specifically, because whatever cleanser you already have, and if it's working for you, it's probably fine just to add a little tea tree oil to whatever you've already got. But I will say this is a good product, and I have used it myself, especially the toner. I really do like the toner. I feel like it really helps. And especially if you are just using it, you may be real sensitive to the tea tree oil. Like it may almost feel like it's burning, not quite. So start small and add a little bit. But now when I use tea tree oil, like I could like put it directly on my face and it's no big deal. But I will say, if it helps, maybe start with a product like this and then move into adding tea tree oil. But this tea tree oil is like, you know, this can be found at your natural grocery store, and it's, you know, whatever, 15 bucks for a bottle like this, and it lasts for a long time. And I'm telling you, it's the best investment I've made in my skin in so long. I am so grateful that I found these articles, and like I said, I'll put the links for them down below. Because again, I don't know for sure if I had that little microscopic mite that was happening. I don't know if it was just because the tea tree oil is good as an anti-inflammatory and natural antibiotic. I have no idea why. I don't care. But what I will say is, if you are having breakouts, especially if they're around your mouth, especially if you're having like no luck getting rid of them, you know, I did a lot of different things to help get rid of what I thought was acne. I changed my diet, I changed my exercise, I did so many things. I changed to natural skincare products and non-toxic products, which I was already using mostly anyway, but I even changed all my makeup. I did so many different things to make it better, and those things would kind of help temporarily, and it would always come back. It would always come back. And the only thing that's really kept it away for good is the tea tree oil. And so if I were you, first of all, if you're having problems, you can talk to your dermatologist about rosacea and see if they're willing to test it. That helps, because then you're like a little bit more clear as to whether it's really acne or whether it's something else, and you can really have a better solution in front of you. But like I said, like I really think the tea tree oil is going to help you, whether it is acne, eczema, rosacea, whatever it is. I'd be willing to bet that the tea tree oil will help you. And I would suggest, again, don't use it for spots. Don't just put it on one blemish or two. Use it as a systematic thing in your cleanser, in your lotion. Try it for a month. I'm telling you, 3 weeks after I started using it, mine was gone. I've never had to use antibiotics since, and it's been at least 9 months. So again, just my experience. But I recommend tea tree oil as a cure for whatever face blemishes you've got. And I'm so excited about my new name of my playlist. Just as a side note, Giggle Out Loud, because I want to make you guys giggle. I want to be giggling, and I want to do reviews that make you happy. All right, thanks you guys. We'll see you again next time.